10, Mike Bell in the 79, Steve Jenkins in the 90, Matthew LaRocque in the other number 11, and Steve Racine in the number 12. And those are all the drivers that we have on our list here, Brian.
A couple more to add to the field. In the 88K will be the car of Kyle Roundpoint, the 444 of Donald Scoville and Rock Francis in the number 9, and Travis McMillan in the 34 machine. Some late entries, as Bobby Hearn was nice enough to come up here and provide us an update.
Bobby is a legend here at the Speedway.
Yes, he is. Some people are a legend in their own time, and some are, well, legends in their own mind.
I'll tell you what, he does a great job here with us each and every week.
And speed definitely not going to be the issue here in the early going. As you can see, the 007, he's a little slideways, I guess you would describe it, on the front stretch here. And tell you what, Tim, there's some nice-looking machines out there that I would not mind myself putting a couple of license plates on and putting them on the highway.
Yeah, some of them are still fully equipped with the horns and the radios, too. I'll have to keep your eye on that. There goes the horns.
There's one thing that never can be said about this event, and the word is boring.
No, especially here at Mohawk. I have never seen a boring Enduro at Mohawk. All right. How many people are ready to go racing here this afternoon? I know you've been waiting. It's been a long time. How about we kick off the final event of 2012 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go racing. And now, Brian, this is where the carnage begins.
The carnage, I do believe. We got the D1. He's running 3 wide, or excuse me, 3 in a line here up in the front stretch, as he's got the 88 rather sideways. The 86 going to try the inside down by the Hazard County Car Wash, and a little bumper love there on the front stretch.
Well, Sean Stiles doesn't really care what anybody else is doing behind him. He's jumped out and gone away from everybody. And the number 11, he comes by, the checkered flag flying in the breeze right there. We got some drivers that just have barely made it past the flag stand. Bicycles on top of race cars.
I saw a lawn chair on back of one.
Oh, there's
a late addition to the field, the 70 machine. As that looks like an old Beamer.
No, Scott Kosher says, I got pizza to deliver, get out of the way.
Gene, have you checked the parking lot to see if your car is still there?
Well, that might be his.
And now we've got the 21L to the inside. One of the race machines coming out of 4, making his own path around the raceway. As 4 and 5 wide now as you look over to turn number 3. And certainly a lot of racing action, Tim, wherever you look on the racetrack.
Well, I got a feel for Jason Anderson down here in the 37. He is not yet. He just barely made it past the flag stand to start, and I think he needs a little shot to get himself going here. He's backing up, trying to get a run. There we go. We got a station wagon here coming through. Here's the shot that he's going to need right there.
Oh, that was a good shot.
And it could be more problems with that car than we had anticipated.
That's almost like the transmission does not want to cooperate. And there's the 00.
Yep.
The lawn chair car.
Sean Stiles is making it look early going here.
And the K-12 making his way back onto the field, Greg Snyder.
We got car with smoke coming off of the left front tire over there in the back straightaway. A.J. Baker can definitely lay out a track for some of the best drivers in the world, and he can also lay out a track for some of the people who are not as experienced. But I tell you what, it's hard for some of these guys to get around here. Sean Stiles all out of shape down in front.
Uh-oh, ouch. The 37 machine got a little something extra underneath the hood there, Tim.
I'm noticing that. The exhaust does not go down. It goes straight up.
You gotta love it. it's basically anything goes, so to speak. It's Bennett White trying to make his way up through the field in the 68B, and then you see Scott Kosher. I don't think there's going to be a pizza delivered today on the front stretch, Tim.
No, there's not. Mike Bell in the 79, him and Derek Colbert have joined forces for this afternoon, and talking with Derek down there, they were really looking forward to this. There's Leon Delorme in the 32 trying to make his way through the field. And so far, not a lot of major contact out there like you usually see in the early goings of these enduro races, but
it's an obstacle course, though, on the front stretch, Tim, so give it some time.
Here we go.
And the 37 puts himself sideways, and he gets front-ended here by the 92 machine. And the 37 machine, as you'd mentioned, Tim, little something extra oomph underneath that hood. He's going to need it here, as he's got himself in quite the conundrum. And going into turn number 4 as he's going to back out now and put it in drive and get himself back out onto the speedway here, so to speak. And now the backstretch seems to be an issue for quite a few of these enduro cars.
Yep, and right now really nobody has carved out a good line to keep getting around. It seems, yep, there we go. Obstacle course again on the front stretch. Good thing he's got the bicycle on the top of the car to help him get around. Seems like they got a little bit of a line carved on the inside here, but the inside line kind of narrows up down here in the on the front stretch as we got cars scattered all over the place.
Well, Tim, the car with the bicycle on the hood, I guess you could say he's getting too tired.
Yes, and well, we got one car station wagon down here about ready to expire. 94 laps left to go in this one. 6 laps have been completed. Basically, it's drivers who are left running are the ones that will be in contention later on. And Sean Stiles, our early race leader, is parked it on the backstretch off of turn 2. And report of fire on one car, so we're going to go red here. I believe it's a car on the backstretch, the 79 of Mike Bell, from what do we believe? Oh, actually, wait a minute. We got one car over there, the 72 machine of Shannon Gray. You can see him right under the Frenchie sign. A lot of smoke coming out of that car, and he's just trying to get it off the racetrack, and he'll be coming out of that car very quickly here in a moment. And he did get out of that race car over there in the back straightaway, Shannon did, so that's a good sign to see. You see him walking around over there. Tough break, only 7 laps into this one, and you pretty much have to watch the race. As you see Ricky Thompson down here in the 1R, you can see him pounding on the screen there just to try to get some of this mud off of here. Him and Leon Delorme have had their battles in the Enduro division here over the early 2000s.
Now, will these guys go home and shower, or they hose off, or their wives make them hose off outside before they set one foot in the house?
I think they just stay outside the rest of the night. You see all sorts of fire under the hood of that 72 ride on the backstretch.
If there is one positive here, Tim, it's the cars are pretty well spread out, so to speak. Getting back going, I think, is going to be the question to ponder.
Yep.
As it's soupy.
Very. Track is very, very heavy right now, and of course, obviously, it's the heaviest we have seen all season. And we're going to count it down from 5 again, and here we go. Brian, you take it away.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go back to racing. Countdown from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we're off and running once again. There's the one of the masters in this division, Owen White, and the ON coming down in front with us. I'll tell you what, the 21L.
And Owen White made sure that
yeah,
he told me today, please don't refer to me as Owen Hearn. And of course, Owen Hearn and I go way back. Owen Hearn used to race the F-16 back in the street stock division days. We went to college together, and we're in class one day talking about racing, and I'm like, you race at Frogtown? And he said, yeah, you go there. I said, absolutely, and want to be in my pit crew, and, well, it was a perfect match from there on out. And, of course, Owen now down in the Seneca Nation. He's an attorney. And congratulations to him and his wife, Lisa, on their firstborn child. Sorry, Tim. Back to the racing action here, though, as we've got a plethora of cars in between 3 and 4.
Well, they're all stacked up over there, and
parking lot.
Yes, big-time parking lot. Seems like the deal is right now, Scott Kosher looks like he's got it figured out. He is pretty well stuck to the outside. He's not moving off that outside groove unless he absolutely has to. See Keith Helm down here in the 15X. Longtime driver in this Enduro. And, of course, in the Enduro, the old Enduro division here.
Now the 35 machine, I believe that is Jason Anderson.
Nope, Dudes Thompson in the
Thompson.
35, yep.
And he's having a tough time going with the 88. It's going to give him a little bit of a nudge, and now the left blinker on the 88 machine as he tries to re-enter traffic.
And what a lot of these drivers, if they are able to get going, they may elect to go pit side just to get all the mud from underneath the fenders, because that seems to be the problem right now. Track very, very heavy, and
Jamie Martin not really having any success here, and not a good place to be, Tim, as you come right off of turn 4. There's the Pontiac, or Buick rather, of the 3D of Jamie Martin sitting there.
Yes. And we got another fire on the backstretch, a big-time fire.
Now that's a fire.
That is. Caution flag, or red flag is out. And we got a couple of drivers already scurrying from their cars. Can't make out the number on that car, but in any event, I believe he is out of the race car already. You saw him just fly out of the machine that was on fire, so the red flag is back out. 90 laps left to go. And, well, apparently it was only a 10-lap motor in a car off of turn number 4 here. So once again, oh, there we go. We got one driver had a lot of fun there in the 88. Unfortunately, his day is done.
And you know, Tim, you had touched upon this earlier this afternoon. This is where a lot of our next-generation racers come from. They give this a whirl and say, this is pretty cool. I'd like to do this on a weekly basis.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, a great way to get going. And, you know, it's not the full-blown racing that you see here each and every Friday night, but still it's a stepping, it's a way to get things, or way to get your feet wet in the sport.
So, Tim, I must ask, have you made any laps around this race facility whatsoever other than...
I did, back in the year 2000, back in the old Frogtown days. Lap 10. Ready to count them down again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So once again, if you have reached lap 10, please hold your number in the air so the scorers up here can see them. ON. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, Yvonne. 86, D1.
Who else has 10 laps scored here today?
And once again, we will, when you hold up your number, we will call your number out here. One R, or 17Z. All right, there we go.
And Jody Swamp makes his way around in the 51 machine, and a couple of cars stalled out here on the front stretch. The 18S, or 18B rather, trying to get it back going here. The high side coming out of 4 seems to be working for these guys so far. The speed's starting to pick up here quite a bit.
Well, Owen White is trying to make a lap of his own in the infield here. I believe he got pushed down in there somehow, some way, so he's going to split the difference between the pylons down there and charge back out onto the field. 22. Once again, if you have reached lap 10, please hold your scorecards up. Thank you for those who have done so already. Number 90. 32. Gotcha. Yeah, it looks like they've either got themselves a groove way up top or way down low, or somewhere's in the middle. Oh, the 75 just got clobbered down here on the front stretch. Headed into turn 1. Double zero. Gotcha there.
L. 47.
So, got a couple of grooves worked out now. It looks like everybody's starting to find their groove or their little momentum out here. They can finally get things going and start clicking some laps off here.
You might want to tiptoe your way into turn 2, though.
12, number 12.
Number 51. Jody Swamp, 51.
18B, Adam Bigelow. It looks like that car has
64.
expired.
64. 17.
So we'll be coming up on lap number 20 here in a few short laps. 86 laps left to go. Ronnie Morley in the 223, he does not, he's got a car that will only allow the front two tires to turn, and the back tires just refuse to move. 35. Seeing some drivers head pit side already, possibly to dig some mud from out underneath the fenders and be able to get back into this thing. Number 50. Tell you what, a good four-car race down there with the 90 and the 1911. 1911, gotcha. Perfect. See Leon Delorme there in the 32, that wing on the back of that car. I don't know if it does any aerodynamic advantage here for him today, but
Scott Kosher continues to plug along right here as he is in the number 50 Pizza Hut machine.
yes.
And
091.
thank you, Tim.
No problem. Rich Thornton aboard the 091 there, just getting by in lap 10. Getting close to lap 20 right now. 17 laps are complete here, so
15X is scored.
88K. So we'll be approaching lap 20 very shortly, and when you do reach lap 20, just hold your scorecard up. Track's starting to get worked in a lot better now, and see some of these drivers starting to pick up the pace rather quickly here.
And a tire just came off in turn 2, and I'm not sure if that's on the It's on that white station wagon or that Cadillac on the backstretch. One of them just lost a tire.
$6K, 47. So once again, we are approaching lap 20. So we are lap 23D, 3D. We are at lap 20 now, so if you have approached lap 20 or are at lap 20, please hold those scorecards up so we can see them. 17Z, 17Z, there we go.
ON, ON. Thank you very much, Yvonne. Number 32.
Well, I was checking out the back straightaway there, Brian. Looks like Scott Kosher's Pizza Hut delivery day is done.
Oh.
That car is broke on the backstretch, so any pizza deliveries that were supposed to be made today from Scott, fortunately some refunds may be in store. Well, guys have got quite the obstacle course out there. We got a pile up down here in turn 1. The 88 has gotten himself turned around. 1911 has got a ton of smoke coming out of the back, but he's still motoring right along there.
About the only way to get around into turn 2 is you got to go to the top side here.
And there is a little bit of a groove worked out up there.
Double zero.
All right, 90, 90.
$21L, $21L. $19.11. Looks like he's got transmission problems here.
Well,
trying to find a gear.
Find one that works, and he'll get going. There, he found one. Boy, that thing sounds like a weapon now. Number 1, or 51, 51. Gotcha. Sorry, didn't see the 5 on that.
1R, 1R.
Oh, 3 wide. This is going to be ugly by the time we get to turn 1.
And Mr. Helm's going to make it 4 wide going into 1.
Well, trying to anyway. And 1911 has all but given up.
Number 22. 06.
06. $64, $64. Yep, Justin Lejam's 1911 is pretty well done for over there. He's really trying to keep going, but smoke coming from either end of that car, unfortunately. 091, 091. So out of the 48 starters, we do have about 18 left running here in this Slick Track Enduro. Coming up on lap number 30. We got 73 laps left to go here.
007, fine-looking machine out there, and not really a dent on that yet.
Marcel Lafleur aboard the 007. .22 there, sporting a couple extra wheels on that car. Pete Backus, former street stock champion here. There's your buddy with the lawn chair and the 00 going by.
Best seat in the house.
Best seat in the house right there, that is for sure.
Oh, Jamie Martin gets just
crushed. Man, Jamie Martin did get crushed down here in the front stretch.
And now into the Hazard County Car Wash, as our good friend Shane Andrews would describe it.
Steve Jenkins taking evasive action, and Jamie Martin, I believe, has had enough. He decided he's going to park it.
18B.
88K. So we are approaching lap number 30, and at lap 30, get you to hold them cards up once again.
ON. Red flag. 6K, thank you very much, 6K.
So once again, as some of the cars are slowing up here, we are lap 30. So just a reminder to get all those scorecards up. And those drivers that aren't able to continue, Jamie Martin, glad to see he's getting out of the car. Holy cow, he got whaled down here in the front stretch. Jamie, a longtime campaigner in the street stock division, and of course the 358 modifieds for a few seasons as well. So we do have a couple of cars. We actually got one car that's leaking fuel, so we were going to get that cleaned up as well. And the second 50-lapper gets going.
But during the intermission, Tim, I would speculate that a few of these guys will get their machines back working again.
All righty, we're ready to go, Osty. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. We're back underway. $17Z. See, Dudes Thompson is out of his car down here. Hey, dude.
What's happening? Did you have fun?
Oh, he's got mud in his eye. That's not good. It's all right, Mom. I'll be back to take care of you. Say congratulations to Dude on a young one coming into the family this year.
Future racer.
1R, 1R.
90, number 90, thank you. 00, 00, thank you very much, sir.
Once again, we are at lap 30, so if you have gotten to lap 30, hold them up high so we can see them.
Looking to score lap number 30. Lap number 30. I feel like a bingo caller.
Pretty much. That's pretty well all it is right now.
Now, technically, Tim, I know the rules say no four-wheel drive, but the car, number 51, the car with the bicycle on top, that could be considered four-wheel drive, couldn't it?
It could be, or six-wheel drive, either way you want to look at it. We see the field starting to get spaced out here a lot now. Down the front straightaway they go, and once again, at lap 50, we will be clearing the racetrack of all the machinery that cannot get going. Zero 06, 06.
Zero 91, 091. Thank you very much, ma'am.
And a couple of cars over there in turn number 2, 21L, 21L. The 90 is got himself a problem on the left front. He was going along there pretty good there for a while, and now the left front tire has vacated that machine. Basically running around on three tires and a rim. Oh, and the gas tank has come out of the 88 down here in the front straightaway.
And that should bring out a red flag, correct, Tim?
And we're going to go red here because of that gas tank down here right in the middle, basically right in a racing groove. Wow.
Good eye, Tim, good eye.
And I'm not sure exactly how all of that happened. It just must have been something that had been coming loose the entire race. It is right beside the Ricky Thompson 1R machine. And
maybe he's going to stop and refuel?
Yeah, you never know. So AJ is going to wait for a second to step off the four-wheeler, and there we go.
He's an experienced track prep guy, and he realizes coming out of a turn and you're sitting on the front stretch, you're minced meat, so to speak.
Well, AJ's got some fuel for his campfire a little later on tonight.
AJ likes to play with fire.
Oh, yes, he does.
Fire.
He loves fire, that's for sure. So,
13 laps from the halfway point here, Tim. And, of course, we mentioned we'll give an intermission break for everyone and kind of clean up the track, get rid of some of the carnage, and give you scores a chance to check out the restrooms.
3, 2, 1. Yes, we're going to be racing like crazy, and there's our good buddy Chris. I tell you what, Jody Swamp, we heard we threw the green flag back out, and he went and he just tore by about 4 cars down here in the front stretch.
He should think about getting himself a race car for every Friday night.
He really should. You know, this is a stepping stone.
And there's part of his crew, Josh. Hi, Josh. He waves. Hey, how we doing today?
Of course. You know what? That bumper cover getting slapped around silly off of turn number 4. So unofficially right now, the leader is
number 64. Sorry, Tim. Number 64.
Sorry about that. The unofficial leader at this time is Owen White aboard the ON machine. Owen had a great season this year in his pro stock, and looking to conclude the year with possibly an Enduro win. Still, we got 50 more laps left to go in this one. 88K, 88K. There we go. So we will be approaching lap number 40.
One R. Sorry, 1R.
No, Pete Backus has all sorts of issues with that 22.
It reminds me of when you used to put the baseball cards in your tire spokes on your bicycle. That's what the sound it's making.
Yes, it doesn't sound very good right at the moment.
I ruined a fortune growing up.
So we're 10 laps shy of halfway here.
Number 22, 6K. Thank you very much, sir. Double zero. Thank you, sir. Number 51. Thank you, young gentleman. .211 kind of creeping his way down to the front stretch here.
Yeah, C21L is he's got a couple cars behind him coming at him in a full head of steam. Ricky Thompson in that battle as well. As Owen White goes by in the ON. So 7 laps shy of the halfway point here. This Ironman Slick Track Enduro 2012 edition. Tell you what, looking at all these wounded machines around here, it's just amazing seeing how some of these drivers are able to navigate without doing any further damage to their cars if they already have damage to them.
Well, you wonder, Tim, if some of those have come to a stop based on the fact that the racing surface got wedged in between the wheel wells.
That's pretty much it right now. Some of these drivers, their cars still able to run, just aren't able to get untangled from the clay down there. So, like I said, we'll move all the wounded machines at lap 50 and clear the racetrack off, so we have some clear sailing out there for the rest of these drivers who are still able to continue for the next 50-lap event. 5 laps left to go till halfway. Remember, unofficially, Owen White is scored as your leader, but we will get that figured out before the start of the next 50-lap segment. And
Pete Mack has given a help to the 211. 21L, excuse me.
Yeah, wow, a pretty good battle going on there. Jody Swamp is really having it out with one of the other drivers here as he comes down the front straightaway. It's like the 44 machine.
And Pete Backus and the 21L kind of neck and neck, so to speak, coming out of 4, and they're having all sorts of issues getting down to the front stretch. The drafting here is very important, though, folks.
Well, they're putting it to good use right now. And Backus is trying to go a little bit higher around him there, and Backus has all sorts of problems. He's got a flat on the left rear.
Cosmetic damage. Cosmetic
damage, that's all right.
He's got 3 other good ones. It's only flat on the bottom.
So 2 laps shy of the halfway point. And unofficially right now it appears that Jody Swamp may have taken the lead in that 51, but once again we'll get all the official scoring taken care of here very shortly as he motors on by. 1 lap shy till the halfway point. Pete Backus still hanging in there despite that car being as wounded as it is.
88K.
All right, 88K.
21L. Thank you very much, ma'am.
So once again, after this, the checkered flag is flown, which it will right shortly. Austin fooling me again. We'll ask all the scorers to hand in their score sheets down in front here. That way we can figure out who's running where. There we go. We got the checkered flags out. First 50-lap segment is completed. And we will go into a very quick intermission, and we'll try to get some of these cars off of the speedway. And unfortunately, some of those who are able to continue but were just stuck for pretty much the entire 50-lap segment, we'll get those cars freed up, and hopefully they'll be able to rejoin the field. Possibly make a run for the win here at the end. So once again, hand in your scorecards, and we will get you a... I'll tell you what. Kyle Roundpoint still has that light going on the top of that 88 ride. Kyle doing very good against these Mohawk regulars. All right, Austin points up to me. He says, let's get this thing underway. We're going to count it down once again. Who's ready to get underway once more? All right, the biggest thunderous roar from the crowd. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's get back underway. Well, they were able to take off a little better than they did last time. And
Owen White off to a good start here.
Yes. Now, we saw earlier on in the race, Sean Stiles jump out to a huge lead and then have it all go away on him within the first 7 laps. But Owen and Jody very experienced in these Enduro-type races, especially Owen. Jamie Martin is back out in that 3D, and we saw him take a wild hit down here in the front stretch.
Giver.
Might as well. Why not? You only got 1 shot a year to do it here at MIR, and Owen White and Jody Swamp are trying to...
Now, Owen's going to have to tiptoe his way through turn 1 and 2 here, as Jody Swamp's going to look to the inside.
Jody's not going to make it easy on him here. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Business is about to pick up. Owen White back to the top side, going into turn 2, and Jody tried to pick a lane there, and there just wasn't one for him.
No, there wasn't. You know, we made a mention off mic here that they water the track basically for concerns of speed with these cars. I don't know. This might turn out to be a little more exciting than the first one. Now we got a little bit of a groove worked out on either side, and Jody is giving Owen all kinds of fits.
Well, I don't think Owen would be afraid to put him into the wall.
No. And well, Yvonne is up here biting her fingernails. Hoping nothing happens to Owen or Jody out there, but they're your top two right now.
And there goes Jody to the high side, down to the backstretch over the ON car, and lap traffic going to be an issue here for the ON car of Owen White. And I think, that was a situation where Owen recognized it, let him go by, as now some bumpers are starting to come off.
Lap traffic in an Enduro. Oh, my goodness, look out. Jody has taken over the lead, though.
And Bennett White back out there in the 68 machine, and real easy, recognizable number. That's been his number as long as I've been coming to the Enduros.
Yes, it has. And unofficially right now, the 88K of Kyle Roundpoint has taken away that third spot, as your leaders still work through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, and the 00 now is starting to show some smoke, him coming out of turn 4.
Yes, and he finished third in that first 50 lap segment. Is Jody not afraid of traffic at all, and we got the 06.
One of the Bash brothers.
Yes, out of the Helm Racing stable there. Corey Helm aboard the 06. Some of these drivers have brought 3 or 4 different cars with 3 or 4 different drivers with them here today. And
family affair, if you will.
Absolutely. See Ryan Helm in the red 15 making some nifty moves out there as well. And Ryan restarted this race 34th on the grid. So we'll see where he ends up at the end of the day if he keeps his pace up.
Should be coming up on lap number 60 very, very shortly here. In about 2 or 3 laps, I would imagine, Tim.
Yep, 5 laps left to go. Till that point, Jody Swamp has got a straightaway lead now on Owen White. Jody did pick up a win earlier this year in his pro stock by about 6/1000ths of a second over Mark Lalonde. And he'll make his way down the front straightaway. Ray Mead, who restarted in that third spot, is going to go a lap down to the leader here. From what we were told unofficially, the top 2 drivers were the only 2 cars that were left on the lead lap. One car down here in the front stretch taking a bath through the infield. Keeps right on trucking, though. And there goes that bump drafting thing down into turns 1 and 2. A couple of cars coming together. I believe Owen White was in that mix as well. It appears that Owen has slowed a little bit here. He has lost pace big time here with Jody.
Fuel race. That's what he's doing.
And fuel mileage game right now. Oh, look out! Oh, and Jody Swamp pounds into the back of the 10.
And comes to a stop. And Owen White, here you go. It's gift wrap for you.
Well, there we go. I'll tell you what, that was a hard hit down there as the number 10 just got pounded down here in turn number 1.
Red flag.
Yes. Pretty much going to red just because of that hit down there in turns 1 and 2.
Just want to make sure everybody's okay. And don't forget, see the lovely Denise Thompson for your 50-50 tickets. She's the young lady in the golf cart.
Times this season. All right, Austin, we're ready to go back under green once again. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's get this thing back underway. And hopefully we can go green to checkered from here on out. And Austin won't have to use that red flag anymore. It's fun part with Austin today. He just gets to become a spotter from the flag stand. And
well, funny footnote here. Before today's racing action, Austin approached me and said, would you like to throw the green flag pager? And I said, no, Austin, about 4 or 5 years ago I did that, and I got absolutely floored with mud and everything. And I said, no. And he goes, you know what? I remember that. You said never blanking again.
Well, exactly. There you go. So in just a couple of laps, we'll be able to tell you who the official leader is right now. And we believe it is Owen White, but once again, it's all unofficial at this time. Owen, looks like the car slowed up just a little bit here since the green flag came out, but Then again, he's just kind of pacing himself out there. Jody was running like a bear through traffic there.
And Pete Backus has stopped in between turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, flip it over and ride the bicycle on the way out.
Pedal your way around the track.
Basically, that's about it. There goes Ricky Thompson on by. Ricky was the leader at lap 50. And so we're looking for the scorecards. If you have completed lap number 60, we want to
Owen has completed lap 60.
And there we go. Just as suspected, Owen White is your race leader.
One R, Ricky Thompson, 1 R.
Ricky Thompson second. $88K, we got you there. So Kyle Roundpoint still having a strong run against these Mohawk regulars. Kind of neat if he snuck in there and stole this one away from these top drivers in this race right now. 39 laps left to go. Anything is possible. As we approach the final few laps of 2012. Now, Kyle's still got that light just flashing around there. That's a good way to spot him in case he goes off the end or something happens. But
so in about 8 or 9 laps, we'll be looking for lap 70 to be scored. And Owen White continues to lead here. 38 laps left in the 2012 season, and 6K. Thank you very much, ma'am. 6K.
Yep, once again, if you did reach the lap 60 point, we ask you to please hold the cards up. 37. She was going to hold the actual scorecard up for me to see, but it would be better to hold the number up. Trail of smoke right here, right in front of your leader. And Owen White just about got turned around in the front stretch. That could have been really bad. As the green number 18 coming by. To see which number 18 this one is here. Number 90. Number 90. In about 6 laps, we will be approaching lap number 70. And we hope you've enjoyed the action so far here in this 100-lap slick track enduro. It's been an interesting one so far, and with the start with only about 8 or 9 cars
number
running.
15.
Well, the Steve Jenkins number 90, it looked like it had expired the first 50-lap segment, and right now it looks like it's pretty well done for. pulled to a stop, smoke coming out of the hood area. And, well, he's going to try to keep it going. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, though.
Well, quickly approaching lap 70. Lap 70 should be coming up very shortly, within 1 or 2 laps.
About 13 cars left running out here of the 47 that took the initial green flag here today. And of course, right around lap 70, we'll be able to find out who exactly the leader is.
Well, I will say, Tim, as this progresses, it's getting much easier to determine because, one, you first one you see on lap 70 hold their card up, you know they're the race leader.
That pretty much tells the story. And as it just goes to show you, we were talking about that when we were walking through the pit area today. It's not going to take a great big car to win this race, as we saw with Jody Splomp. And one of the best cars and probably one of the biggest cars in the field. And you see where it sits right now.
1R. Thank you very much. 1R.
Ricky Thompson looking to put the bad season that he's had this year behind him.
O-N. Sorry, Tim. O-N.
It's okay.
Don't want to get waved at too much.
Of course, Ricky moved up into the sportsman ranks this year, midway through the season, and he's had a stellar year. And look at this mess of cars down here in the front stretch. Your leader just barely gets by. You know what the other sad part is, Brian?
What would that be, Tim?
It's not only the last race of the year. We have to turn in these fancy, cool staff shirts at the end of the day. So thank God I brought an extra shirt.
Good thinking on your part, my friend. And yes, we do have to turn it in, unfortunately. And
oh well.
Mine was all washed before I got to the racetrack, and I think I got hit with mud or something here earlier today.
88K. Well, Kyle Roundpoint's still in the thick of this thing here. With just about 25 laps left to go here, we'll be approaching the 80-lap mark of this 100-lap event. 1,500 goes to the winner, 1,000 for second, 500 goes to third. So very important to be in the top three. If you're not in the top three, it's just all about bragging rights from there on back. Who finished ahead of who? Six K. So, unofficially, top three will be Ricky Thompson, Owen White, and Kyle Roundpoint. So that is the top three at this time. Once again, unofficially.
Officially, unofficially.
Officially, unofficial. Spencer Kirby in the number 6. You definitely tell the right front tire is going. You hear it flapping against the right front fender out there as he comes by. Approaching 20 laps to go here, and we'll be needing to see those number cards high in the air again.
Really starting to mix it up going into turns 2.
Oh, boy, look out.
Train.
Ben White in the 68 just gets pounded over there in turn number 2. Here comes Owen White down low. Well, and there goes Spencer Kirby's wounded number 6 machine. The 007 still hanging in there. Marcel Lafleur. .45. Junior Delorme still out there, and
going to be looked at scoring on lap number 80 here very, very shortly. Lap 80 coming up next.
Well, now that's how you get by somebody. Ricky Thompson just decided he had enough with him, but that's the fun part. You can do stuff like this. Nobody really gets mad unless you're going for the win.
Move over. People are racing, I guess they would say.
I guess so.
And that tire is definitely flat, Tim.
Absolutely. Spencer Kirby's just going to finish it out, whatever he's got left for tires out there.
And we've got a couple of cars getting twisted sideways going back into turn 4 now.
Tell you what, no mercy.
No mas. No mas. No more.
No. And we get back going again. Yeah, well, Dylan Cole's out there trying to find anybody and anybody. Well, look out. He might have a problem on the rear end of that car. It does not look healthy going into turns 1 and 2, and he's got big-time problems over there now.
Yeah, I think that just the rear end decided it had enough for the day.
Yep, that's pretty well it.
Kind of like our rear ends a couple weeks ago in the double section.
Yeah, that is true. The twin bill. That was a long
1R, 1R. Thank you.
80 laps left to go. Ricky Thompson still your leader. And
Owen.
There we go.
Owen.
See, we anticipated that. We saw Yvonne put the card up. We got you, Yvonne.
And now he's almost down to the rim, Tim.
Well, you know.
Roll up the rim.
Exactly. And we're going to go red here. I don't know whether Austin got tired or what the deal was. And
I believe it's over on the backstretch.
Yes. 223 of... there we go.
His door is ajar.
Yes.
Exposed.
Exposed to oncoming traffic, and we don't want to see anything unwanted happen over there, so... Good call by Bobby Hearn to get the red flag out. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. There we go.
Go, go, go.
Green is out. We're off and running. Spencer Kirby does not have a tire left on that right front anymore.
And the 007 going to give him a little assistance into turn 1.
Marcel Lafleur giving no mercy to the 6 machine. Owen White trying to slide through there. Junior Delorme in that 45. He runs the semi-pro division over at the Cornwall Speedway.
88K.
Alrighty. And picked up a feature win earlier this year in that 45 machine, so good to see Junior out here with us as well. Field's starting to really narrow down here, and only about 15 laps left to go, close to 15 laps to go. Getting down to the nitty-gritty here, 15 laps to go. Ricky Thompson still your unofficial leader at this time. Owen White still in that second spot.
Ricky Thompson's got quite the lead on him, though.
Yeah, he does.
Maybe putting him down a lap in about 2 or 3 laps here.
So, and also just a reminder to everybody, if you did buy a 50-50 ticket, we urge you to get it out now. Just waiting official word on the number. And also, we're approaching 10 laps left to go, so have your scorecards ready, and we'll be set to score everybody here. Well,
somebody's got a nice little payday today,
so,
Tim.
yes, if you bought a 50-50 ticket, today is a good day to get one. The total amount in the 50-50 tonight, $760. So, we'll be drawing that 50-50 ticket right after this race, and if you have the winner, please go down to the office and claim your prize. That's a nice little payday. And we got one car backing up across in front of oncoming traffic.
Bennett White, I think, is going to give somebody a little nudge here, maybe.
Mark Maroney.
Or he's setting somebody up.
Well, he's put himself in kind of a rough spot there. He's trying to help one of his buddies out there on the racetrack. Looks like that's the plan anyway.
Well, number 45, number 45. We'll be looking for lap 90 here very shortly. Lap number 90 waiting to be scored.
10 laps left to go in this season. Just about over with. So as we mentioned, don't forget, 50-50 number will be drawn right after the checkered flag flies here. So don't go anywhere too fast, and we'll have the winning number here very shortly. And unofficially, Ricky Thompson is your leader.
1R, 1R. Owen White's not there.
So Ricky comes by. 9 laps left to go now. His supporters down there are very, very pleased with how the day has gone.
And, of course, Ricky will be taking that money and taking them all out to the casino for a nice dinner.
Well, let's hope, anyway.
You got 2 hungry announcers up here, too, Ricky.
Oh, yes, that's true. Forgot about that. Eight laps left to go. Ricky Thompson trying to hang on, as we saw earlier. We thought Jody Swamp had the best car, and, well, there he is. There's his wounded car down there in between turns 1 and 2, and we saw what happened there. So hopefully Ricky can hang on there. As Owen White comes by, and he has got Kyle Roundpoint just behind him. This could be a battle for second unofficially. Junior Delorme, unofficially, he is in the top 5 as well, having a strong run. Of course, a lot of the guys out here, they watch the races all season long, then this is their one and only time to shine during the year. And some familiar faces out there dominating this one, and other drivers faring very well against the Mohawk regulars. Ricky Thompson just trying to hang on, or Owen White just trying to hang on right now. 88K, there he is, up to the second spot.
And Ricky Thompson coming around. He's got about 6 laps to go, Tim.
Yes, we do.
And he's run a great race here this afternoon. Kept his nose clean, kept out of trouble, went by Owen Hearn, or Owen...
You did it.
I did it. Owen White. I'm
Ah.
sorry. Owen White.
Hey, and we had 5 to go. Oh, well.
Oh, well. I did it all season. Why stop now?
He had to get it out. And, well, I don't want to play spoiler here. Ricky Thompson does not look like he's moving too fast at this point. This is not over with. He came by the front straightaway, and the car did not sound healthy. And he has pulled it to the infield.
Trying to cool it off, I would bet, Tim.
There we go. Good plan, but the 88K is going to come by and unofficially take the lead here. Wow.
Didn't see that one coming, Tim.
No.
Because Ricky really wasn't the car. He was just driving a good, steady race. And the 88K, and now Owen White, can he close the gap and get himself $1,500? Right now he's sitting in second, which is not a bad payday as well for $1,000.
I'd say not. And Kyle Roundpoint could pull off the upset here. He's got 3 laps left to go. Or 4 to go, I should say. And got a car smoking heavily down the back straightaway there.
That would be the smoking section of the speedway.
Literally the smoking section of the speedway, the 64 machine.
And there's fire. There's fire underneath that machine.
Yes.
Red flag soon to come out. That sets up about a 4-lap shootout here. Red flag on the speedway.
Mark Maroney in the 64. He is out. He's out of the machine on the backstretch, and A-OK there. So now all your leaders are pretty well bunched up together down there in turn number 4. Guys ready? All right, let's get this thing underway. Take it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green, green, green.
We're off and running.
They are side by side, wheel to wheel, hub to hub, Tim.
Here we go. 3 laps left to go. Now, as the 88 of Kyle Roundpoint went by, he had a flat on the right front. So this race is not even close to being over with yet. Kyle just trying to nurse it around there and get the thing turned in every corner. He is unofficially the leader at this point. Well, and to throw this little monkey wrench into the mix as well, Ricky Thompson, according to scoring, had another lap on the entire field. And he is back into the mix.
So we're going to be looking for lap 100 to be scored here, Tim, in 2 laps.
Yes, and unofficially we will get the leader to you here. White flag will be displayed. And it's the Ricky Thompson-Owen White battle through turns 1 and 2. And I'll tell you what, Kyle just trying to hang in there and finish this race out. And he had a whale of a run going in that 88. And this...
And Ricky Thompson...
Oh!
Spin him.
Almost. Wow. Ricky could battle back here and possibly win this, but once again, this is all unofficial. Checkers are out, and we will get an official winner here.
1R has scored 100 laps. ON has scored 100 laps.
So we'll check with scoring.
And Denise, you're going to need new sneakers after going down there today.
So don't forget, all scorers, please hand your sheets down front. And just a moment, we will have the unofficial or the official results. And here we go. There's a little slam and banging contest going on between Owen White and Ricky Thompson. So there's Ricky Thompson out of the car. Puts the rough season behind him and a big win here today. Once again, this is all unofficial. We'll get the official word here very shortly. And we'll also draw the winning 50-50 ticket. Austin has the bag full of tickets down there in front. $760. So, white ticket for $760. 24884. And apparently that guy down there did not win the 50-50 draw. Body slamming his tickets to the ground.
Show those tickets who's boss.
Yeah, that's right.